until that guy passes. As MotoJitsu likes to tell everyone, get out there and practice MotoJitsu. I know you got that BMW C650, C400 scooter. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. I am steering entirely with my floorboards. Don't tell me you can't. I know you can, because you're a better rider than I am. I'll at least... I'm enough of a man to admit that I feel MotoJitsu is probably a better rider than I am. Alright, hello everybody, we're going to go for a quick ride. I'm going to have to open my face a little bit because it's fogging, but we're going to go for a quick ride here. It was just pouring. I don't think it's supposed to rain for a couple hours. Hopefully not, because I don't have my camera in the case and my phone is exposed here, my nifty speedometer. I'm going to do this video because I just watched a video from MotoJitsu, his most recent one. I can't exactly remember what it was called. It was something about cornering faster, or your cornering mistakes, or something to that nature. It's his most recent video. If you want to watch it, it's his most recent video. And I don't ever have a script. I never do. I kind of just babble. I never do talk enough in my videos, but basically, I made a comment on the video. Occasionally I watch a lot of his videos, and occasionally we'll make a comment to add to something he's saying or compliment him or whatnot, because a lot of times a lot of his comments will be kind of yelling at him, berating him or whatever, because I mean, we'll say he's more of an arrogant asshole than I am, and I have definitely noticed quite an improvement lately in his videos, but for the most part it's the delivery. Basically, if you're not at his skill level, which in his opinion would be everyone, you're an 8th grader, he likes to call it, and need to do this or do that, or you're wrong with whatever you say. Whatever he says goes. And just like I've said in other videos, don't listen to moto vloggers. Don't listen to me. Listen to multiple people and form your own opinions. Don't completely follow one person to everything they say, and not listen to anything anyone else will say. That's almost like borderline cult status. It's like, we're not a cult. He's not a cult leader like other people are, right? So let's try and slow down for a second. So basically, he was talking about body position in his video, and like, it's not that I have anything to say that he was incorrect. I usually don't. Usually never do. I might have something. I might disagree a little bit with something or whatnot, but now we're fogging in. But he's been riding. Shit. Yes, he's been riding forever. Yes, he's was an instructor. Yes, he knows what he's talking about. Yes, he's good. But he's not the best, and he's not. There's other points that can be made. Like, one thing he likes to say a lot of times or whatnot is the bike does not matter. It doesn't matter what he's talking about. Yes, maybe on the very basic principles, some of the stuff would be correct. But there definitely is, kind of depends on the type of bike you want. That's like saying a Dodge Omni and a Ferrari are going to handle exactly the same, and you're going to want to, everything you do is going to be exactly the same. It's not the case. And even like he said multiple times in his videos, or other people have said, hey, Bert, or other people have said, okay, yeah, like, and like one thing he does, he goes back and forth. Get out of the way. He goes back and forth on kind of what he's saying. Like, he used to always preach about the knee dragging and stuff like that. Now he's kind of more sensible in telling people, like, you don't need to worry about knee dragging. You don't need to worry about trail braking. It's not always necessary. I guess he probably teaches you more stuff that is, like, if you're trying to race. If you're trying to just ride, not everything that some people are telling you applies. And then, okay, I've been babbling for way too damn long, so what my comment basically was, what he was talking about body position, and I had said sometimes on my scooter, with my feet forward like I always ride because it's the most comfortable. Sometimes I will push on the foot pegs to lean as opposed to pushing on the handlebar like or whatnot. Or I might use my butt cheeks, for example, like just like there. I might lean that hip into my seat to turn, but with the butt, I'm usually using that for counter steer. So like if I'm leaned over through a turn and there's winds coming at me like this direction and I'm terrified it's going to scoop my tires out from underneath me, I might be, instead of pushing on that right handlebar, I might be shoving my ass into, or my hip into the seat instead. I'll wait till we make this next turn to make the example of the foot peg thing. Because that was the other thing. I said, like, you might be, I specifically said, I mean, he's saying bike doesn't matter. I specifically said on my scooter, on feet forward, or on my scooter or a cruiser with a large seat. So yes, on your GS, some of these, on a skinny seat where your butt cheeks are hanging off the side, that's not going to apply with your butt as much. With the foot pegs straight down like that, yeah, you're not going to have as much movement. But on a cruiser, highway pegs, or a scooter, feet forward, right now, hands completely off, I'm going to push down on that foot peg. What happened? We lean. What happened? We lean. What happened? We lean. And that we'll look forward. So body position is not, I'm not moving my body at all. I am just kicking that leg. Same thing. If my butt, I can just push at a backward kind of downward angle into my butt. I can get that thing to turn. I'm not doing anything at all with my handlebar. Foot? What do you mean foot position? Well, that, like, his argument basically, bike position doesn't matter and foot pegs aren't going to do anything. Yeah, that's because you don't listen to people's comments. Because you don't listen to people's comments. I didn't say foot pegs. Yeah, right there, there's a little movement, but not as much. But if on this one, I could damn near crash this thing if I wanted to. So, wholeheartedly, 1000%, I'm not saying that's how you should turn. I was just adding something that's one of my extra tools. Sometime I might actually push on the foot peg to make my turn. Or like this, if I'm leaned over, I might kind of be counter steering into my hip. Like typically, I mean, these turns aren't, I'm not going fast enough in these turns. Like he's talking about, it matters, like the body position, it kind of depends on your speed. I'm going slow, so I don't need to do anything. But if I were going too fast, I typically would be just pointing my elbow, looking in between my rearview mirror and my windshield, and my leg might be out dangling a little bit, but I do now, and I never have any intentions of trying to actually scrape my knee. That's another one that I think that's just people, yes, like you're saying, you lean off the bike to take lean away from the vehicle, but that's them trying to drag your knee or elbow or anything. That's just you trying to get closer to the ground before you inevitably fall over, or you don't fall as much. You just, yeah, I might be leaned a little bit with body position with my knee, but I have no intention of whatsoever. Like, all that was just with my legs. I did nothing with my steering. So, his argument was foot pegs make no difference, butt position makes no difference, and it doesn't matter what bike is. That's all kind of horseshit, because it does. You're not going to drive Dom John. I mean, he liked his guitar, which was kind of good. He liked his guitar analogy in that video, but you're not going to drive every single bike the same. Yes, some of your basic principles of pushing forward or what, throttle control, whatever. Your basic principles, yes, they're going to apply, but as just saying that I 1000% can push on that foot peg and turn this thing wherever the hell I want to. And I might actually use that an additional tool to not just an added tool. And with the counter steering, it's more like now when I'm leaned over one direction, that hip is kind of hovering a little bit in the air. And if I feel a little bit like there's winds, mostly it would be if there's winds coming at me or something like that. I might be wanting to trying to drive some of my weight in the opposite direction of the wind, so I don't low side and my tires don't get sucked out from underneath me. But basically, yeah, like this whole entire time, I have not been using any pressure whatsoever on the handlebars, and I can sit here and steer as much as I want with that foot peg. It's like I'm sitting there riding, stair climbing. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Do not tell me that foot pegs do not matter. And more importantly, listen to the comment that I actually said or other people said. Don't answer something completely different. And said, I have a video on this. Just trying to preach people to watch your videos, trying to preach people to buy all your books and discords and whatnot. Fine. If they want to, great. More power to them. More power to you for making that big. But in a nutshell, like I've said in other videos, don't just listen to one motor vlogger. Listen to multiple people. Form your own opinions. Ride your own bike yourself. Every single bike, every single body is different. So everyone's comments on absolutely everything never will apply to you because you're a different person. You're a different body shape, you're a different body size, you're a different body whatever. Some of it does actually matter. Yes, if you get it down to the basic principles, that's going to be the same. Like, my point was I push on my floorboards. Watch these tar snakes. I push on these floorboards sometimes to turn. Guess what I'm doing? I am slaloming all over the place without putting any bit of pressure whatsoever on my handlebars. Now let's try more front brake braking. Like I said, I need to practice on one of his videos because I always use both, but that was all front. So now I kind of just feel like riding, but the video might end now, but because I think I kind of put I obviously can't really show my butt as much because that's behind me, and I guess I could have put my other camera on my case back there and turned it around, but the butt with me is definitely more counter steering. I might have my body leaned out and trying to stick my ass into the seat, something like that. But the foot positioning, that's all day long. I'm on the foot pegs. I have no control and I can't really do it with this one because then we'll slow down, but I guess I can. So there. I'm obviously not touching that one. Where'd we go? Right? Where'd we go? Right? So much so that I almost lost it. So don't tell me you can't turn the thing with the foot pegs, because I just did it about 6,000 times in this video. He has videos on a scooter. Yes, he does. I do too. I'm just not more of an instructional person or reaction type person. I just ride. I guess I need it to be definitely something I need to work way more on, is having a theme or talking a lot more than I'm riding, more so than I'm just riding. But like I do not have to have any control whatsoever of that handlebar. I can turn the thing wherever the shit I want. I might be moving a couple inches above my waist a little bit as I'm doing that too, but that kind of, I guess that kind of inherently does that anyway, just from moving your legs up and down. But yeah, this is like over exaggerated, like doing that. Like I wouldn't be sitting there like stair climbing on the thing, and there's grass here, so I'm not going to do it. But like to show you more of what I'm doing, you cannot argue that I'm not turning with my foot pegs. You can't. And okay, I even said it wrong. Those aren't foot pegs. I said feet forward, or it would be the same like a highway cruiser. They're highway pegs, not on your pegs, not on your pegs. Yes, correct. You're not going to do much there. But that was a little slippage. but you 100% can sit there and steer with feet forward pushed on those. No different whatsoever than me pushing on my handlebar. And that's the one thing that I slightly disagree on. You're not really, see, that's, it's hard for me to, because it actually does work, but I think, yes, you're not hammer fisting straight down on your handlebar, but I still argue that, imagine a string tied to the end of your handlebar going down at a 45-degree angle down at the ground. You're kind of pushing, you're not really pushing straight forward either, because just like that, that's gonna upset it. That just immediately tosses it complete, like that. That's rigid. You're not doing that. You're pushing kind of at a downward angle. That's not what this video is about, but that's like, what up, no foot? All day long. All fucking day long. So how long was that? 20 seconds? Just sitting there, talking, not paying any attention. But, yeah, it gets too windy. I apologize about the wind. I've done everything, like stuffing things by the microphone and everything, but to no avail. And it's actually louder on this bike than it is on my electric bike, I found out. Probably because this thing is, windshield's pushing it straight into my face. But then I bought a windshield extender just recently. You may have saw that video, and I'm starting to think now that that's what caused this thing to like way over rev and basically make me think my belt was going to snap. I changed the gear oil, and now it's fine, but now it's got me thinking about my belt, because that is a couple years old now. I didn't realize it was this old. So we'll probably getting there. And I noticed before I started riding, if you follow me along, which you don't, it looks like we've ticked over another mile. So I rode another mile. So that could be another 1,000. I don't know. But yeah. I guess that was the point. So if you want to bow out now, I'll say goodbye. If not, I'm always recording every time I ride, just in case something happens. I'll probably be talking a lot less now, and I'm just gonna cruise around one of my normal loops, and I'll let it play for the rest of the video. So if you want to, you can cut this out, because this is just straight nonsense down to the next road that actually has some curves on it that we'll probably have traffic on anyway. But I guess we'll finish off my ride and then try and go transfer files and edit and have no one watch it. Alright, so yeah, split peg. I can steer all I want with this split peg. I keep on calling them split pegs to myself. I can steer all I want with my feet. All I want. I basically have been this entire time I've been riding. I haven't been using my hands really at all. So, your rebuttal is invalid. Because you cannot tell me you can't steer with pushing on those floorboards. I just did it in this entire video. I basically haven't steered once with my handlebar. Get a nice river. Oh, deep river. Wait till that guy passes. As MotoJitsu likes to tell everyone, get out there and practice MotoJitsu. I know you got that BMW C650, C400 scooter. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. I am steering entirely with my floorboards. Don't tell me you can't. I know you can, because you're a better rider than I am. I'll at least... I'm enough of a man to admit that I feel MotoJitsu is probably a better rider than I am. But I also... I know I don't give myself as much credit as I should. I still feel like I'm like a good beginner, even though I'm probably much better than that. So now, I guess, hey, we don't have any traffic, so I guess we'll take a 60-mile-an-hour pace through this street. Because we got some turns in there, and we got some moistness. Oh, now maybe not though. That was the. Now I'm still worried about this belt. Something still might be going on with this thing, because that was 8,000 RPM. It shouldn't be that high. I think this thing is having some complications. Stay there. Stay there. I was just wiggling back there anyway. Nice and slick. Should I try it here? Well, that's not going to help because I'm turning right. Say, should I use that example going 60 miles an hour? Maybe not. I probably shouldn't be going 60 miles an hour in the first place. I'm kind of nervous about how it seems like I'm revving too high. That's fine. Alright, we got a right then a left coming up. So, we're going to steer with our floorboards to the left, going 50 miles an hour. Well, I was going to if this Tesla didn't decide to regenerative braking in the middle of a turn. So there. I'm completely 100% dangerously on my floorboard because I was on those. I am not staring at. I did not stare at all. And as you can see, I'm staring directly forward at the car. So I'm not moving my body either. So we'll do it again. 50. So we're going, well this turn's kind of harder, so I don't know about this one. We'll wait till later. Foot position. I'm slamming my floorboard down, making this turn. Foot down there. Do not tell me you cannot make it, you cannot, I'm not telling everyone to go do that. Do not go do that. Do not steer just with your floorboard. But do not tell me it doesn't matter. Because I just did this whole video. Like I said, I'm not saying don't listen to him. I'm just saying listen to everyone, form your own opinions. Don't listen to just one person. And yeah, listen to your audience, what they're saying, not just argue something completely different. And I mean, even between this and my Zero, they handle different. So I mean, you can't say the bike doesn't matter, because the bike definitely matters. Every bike brakes different. Every bike can only lean differently. Like you even said with the scooter, you might have to change body position so you don't scrape stuff. Well, there you go. It's a different bike. It handles different. I just feel like riding. But I don't want it to start raining all of a sudden either. We'll just make one loop. Finish the loop at least. But like I said, see y'all later. This is going to be, I guess, unnecessary. I mean, it still seems fine, but I don't know why. Like, maybe I've just been paying close attention, but it seems like it is revving too high. Throttle is a little bit better since I did that gear oil, though it's not anywhere near as choppy. That's kind of beautiful. Front brakes. More front brake practice, if I need to. But only so far before I don't want to lose balance. Let's see how long we can stay here. Can we stay here this entire time? No foot Tuesday all the way. 0. I win again! Is this cupping my tire though? Comment below. Can I steering wildly like this to stand up? Is that cupping my tire? Damn it! Oh, they just start, son of a bitch! I just had to wait like 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds! Why weren't you quicker turning into that driveway? Starving anyway, so now we gotta get home and eat and transfer files and edit and upload, and probably continue to starve myself and try and transfer files and edit and upload first so we can get this video out there quicker. Not that MotoJitsu is actually gonna watch it. Yeah, it's a little slimy out. Little slimy and slippery. Beauty and ugliness. Or like even like the butt example would come into play there when I don't want to lean as much, but I want the scooter to turn more. That's like that. That's sometimes when I will be just shoving the weight of my butt and my hip down. Lots of people's. Oh, this is so butter smooth now. This road used to suck. Alright then, we will see you guys all later. Comment below what your opinion is. Hopefully MotoJitsu watches this, but I entirely doubt it, or if he does, he's not going to say he does anyway. So, we'll see y'all later. I was just wanting to make a video kind of proving my point that, yes, you can push forward on these floorboards, just like you would on the handlebar 2-turn. And I did. Many times. Damn it. I need turn signal cancelers. And I'm just an idiot. And don't tell me you haven't done it before, because I know you have. And I've seen hundreds of videos of other people doing that. I know I'm not the only one. And they really need to increase the speed limit on this road now. Because now and I'm sure everyone is just cranking down here. Especially me at night on my 0 when it's ultra silent. And I get bored and I can just floor it on this butter smooth road. It's like complete silence. Later. I don't know about that one still though. Still don't know if I want to keep it. I probably should just keep it and get another bike, but I kind of want an adventure bike myself, or a Gold Wing or something, but I think a Gold Wing would be kind of overkill for me right now. Because I basically just commute and go for rides on my days off. I have aspirations of going for a long ride, but I take care of my mom, so you can't really do. Even going for these rides is difficult. So I know I keep on babbling, and the wind noise is probably terrible now because I have my face shield open, and it's worse on this one than it is anyway. So see y'all later for real now. If you didn't dock out before, and like, subscribe, comment on what you think. Even you, MotoJitsu, if you watch this video, like, I just showed you you can do it. I'm not telling people to go out there and steer like that, but just another added thing that I might do. Once again, looking completely forward, not moving, be careful, not moving my body at all. I am 100% steering by pushing down on my floorboards. You can do it. See y'all later. Bye-bye.